Hello and welcome. I am Cy Rodriguez with Things Very Good, and today I am going to do a comparison of plant-based proteins that I think are good ones based upon what they are and their quality of ingredients and what types of amino acids they provide the body. And I wanted to mostly do this video so that we could give a taste test and see which one tastes the best, which I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to that one based upon what's in these protein powders. But depending on what your particular needs are, you may want to use one or the other of these because you may, for example, want a higher amount of amino acids and you care more about that than you care about the taste, for example, or you want something that has higher omega-3 fatty acids and more fiber, and in that case maybe you might have something like this. This one also has more fiber. So what are these? These are Organic Now pea protein. This is organic hemp protein from Root 2, and this is called Orgain organic protein, and it is a combination of pea protein, rice protein, and chia seeds as far as the protein content goes. And so they are all good sources of protein to start with. They all have a complete amino acid profile, and they all have a complete essential amino acid profile. So a lot of people think that plant-based proteins are not complete proteins, but what that really means is that maybe one of the essential amino acids, which there are 9 of, might not be in as high of a volume as you would really need to have in an optimal diet. So a lot of times you may have heard things like, if you're going to have a plant-based protein and you want to be having like beans and rice or beans and a grain, something like that, to get a well-rounded protein, which means that you have the 9 essential amino acids in abundant supply. So that being said, all of these have all of the essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids, and there are just different amounts in the different protein powders that we have here. So to be clear, the one that has I particularly like this organic pea protein by Now because it has a high amount of amino acids in general. It's short in one amino acid, which is methionine, and you do need an abundance of that, but you don't want to get too much. So to make this as easy to understand as possible, you're going to come up a little bit short on methionine, but all the rest of the amino acids are complete in this protein, or there's enough of them, I should say. And it has, in general, the most protein from the plant-based sources that I currently know about by volume or by weight. Now, the Orgain organic protein powder, because it has the combination of the chia, the rice, and the pea protein, it has a more balanced amino acid profile, meaning it has all the essential amino acids in amounts that would be considered a real complete protein. But, you know, they're not a lot greater in general than they are in the pea protein. In fact, some of them are still greater in the pea protein. When it comes to hemp protein powder, it's for somebody and not for others. It's high in fiber, and it is also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, and it has a very high amount of magnesium. For example, there is 48% of the daily needs of magnesium in one serving of this particular brand of hemp protein powder. And in addition, it's got 8% of your iron and about 6% of your vitamin E and a little bit of calcium and about 6% of your vitamin A. So that being said, this one is a pretty nutrient-rich source of protein. And even though it's not mentioned on here, I also know that hemp protein powder is generally high in zinc too. So this is a good protein powder as far as getting some of those other nutrients in, but by volume, it has the least of the amino acids. So you would have to take a higher volume of this in order to get the amount of amino acids that you could easily get from something like the pea protein, for example. So that being said, there are 3 main essential amino acids that a lot of people are concerned with when it comes to bodybuilding or just maintaining a good lean muscle mass, and those are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. And those are very abundant in this pea protein, and they are also pretty abundant in this mixed protein from Orgain. They are also, there's a fair amount of them in the hemp protein, but you're going to have to take a lot more to get a really substantial dose. So something that you might be interested in knowing is that pea protein has been shown to be as effective as whey protein in helping you to gain lean muscle mass. So for example, if you wanted to increase your muscle thickness, there is a study that shows that pea protein did help people in a study to gain muscle mass in the same mass as the people who took the whey protein. And there was the control group that had a carbohydrate drink, and they did not gain the muscle mass. So that being said, pea protein is very effective at helping you to gain weight and muscle weight, I should say. And it's also comparable to this particular protein as far as the amount of those specific amino acids that are helping you to gain muscle and preserve muscle. So to gain muscle and to preserve muscle is what leucine, isoleucine, and valine are good for. So why don't we just go ahead and open up these and give them a taste and see how good they are, and then we'll look at the ingredients a little bit after further so that you kind of know what you're getting into. So let's start off with this pea protein here. Nice extra seal on this pea protein. And I've got my trusty tablespoon here, and there is a scooper in here, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this for now. Just do 1 scoop of this one. There's our pea protein. Let's go ahead and open up this hemp protein. And quality, that extra seal there. And the color of this one is much darker. That's just because of the color of the hemp seeds. And let's go ahead and open up the Orgain. And I can already tell you from experience that this one is going to be something that a lot of people are going to like, just because it does have a nice flavor. In fact, my wife likes this one, and she pretty much doesn't want to drink anything that doesn't taste good. So this one is definitely her style. And I like it a lot too. All right, so add some water here. And I'm going to get something to stir these with. All right. And this one's the pea protein, the hemp protein. See how they mix in here. And the Orgain rice, pea, chia seed combination. And they're all mixing pretty good, which is nice. Let's give you an up close so you can see how these mix together. So you can see this is the pea protein, looks pretty good, nice and mixed. Hemp protein looks mixed good. There's a couple of pieces that haven't mixed together yet in the Orgain, but I'm not worried about it. I know how it tastes. And get you a close-up look what we're looking at here. The Root 2 certified organic hemp protein and the organic pea protein powder. I'm also going to give you guys some links to these in the description area. All right, and so let's do that taste test. And just in the moments that I was away from the table here, I can tell you that the hemp protein, you can see that it's a little more liquidy on top, and so a lot of the fiber probably has settled to the bottom. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the pea protein. And here we go, pea protein. Not bad. I've had other pea proteins, and sometimes it tastes a little beany, but this tastes pretty plain, which I think is good because you can always add your own flavoring to it. But yeah, I'm going to say that this pea protein is a good one comparing to even what I've tasted before. It's very mild tasting. It's not for everybody, meaning like if you want something that really tastes good, you're going to either want to add this to something else that you have, or you're going to want to flavor it yourself because it's just plain, but unflavored, I should say. But yeah, it's very mild, and I like it. I'm going to just go ahead and finish this off. Not bad. All right, let's see what we got next here. Got the hemp protein. It's been a little while since I've had hemp protein powder. I know it has a unique taste, so let's see if I remembered it correctly. Now that is interesting. Just from experience of having this in the past, I can taste that kind of oily feeling of the seeds, and it's probably those omega-3s. And it's very familiar. You can definitely taste those omega-3s from the fatty acids in there, or I should say I could taste the fatty acids with the omega-3s in it. Yeah, this is definitely not for everybody, but surprisingly, it's actually not bad. And I wouldn't say this is going to be one that a lot of people are going to like the taste of by itself, but if you're into just using something and getting the benefits from it without having to have it taste a certain way, and you can appreciate individual foods, this has a little tiny bit of bitterness to it, but it's actually a pretty well-rounded flavor. It's its own flavor, I'll say that for sure. But let me go ahead and finish this one up. Yeah. Very interesting. I definitely can say that one's not for everybody, but it's not bad at all. And so next is going to be the rice pea chia blend from the Orgain organic protein powder. I already know how this one tastes, but it's good. Let's go ahead and do it. That's almost too good. I can guarantee that if you're just going on taste alone, this one is probably going to be the winner for you. Like that for sure. Let's go ahead and put these lids on, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the specific ingredients, which I'm not going to go well into. I have another video that's going to be specifically about these protein powders, but I will cover enough so that you have the basics. So when you're looking for a good protein powder, what are you looking for? You're looking for something that has the ingredients that you want in it, that's going to be good for your purposes, and hopefully that tastes good too. So we have established that the pea protein powder is kind of mild tasting, but it does taste a little bit beany. The Root 2 certified organic hemp protein powder is a unique flavor that's not going to be for everybody, but it's actually not bad. And keep in mind, you can put these in something else to flavor them, but I do like to take mine with water specifically, and stevia is not a bad choice for sweetening them yourself. I know that from experience, so that's one option, and there's other things you can put in them that would help the flavor to be better too. So then this one we know is going to be the winner as far as taste goes. So really quickly, I already know what the ingredients are in this. It's just it's pure organic pea protein isolate from yellow peas. And that is it. It's not genetically modified, and that means that it was not processed with any types of harsh chemicals either. The fact that it's organic, they don't allow hexane processing, for example, like they do with certain other types of protein powder. So that's one thing that you're not going to have to worry about with this organic pea protein. And like I said, it has all of the essential amino acids, and I'm going to go ahead and read the amounts of the leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So for the leucine, it's got 1,268 milligrams per serving. And for the leucine, that was the leucine. For the isoleucine, it has 730 milligrams per serving. And for the valine, it has 764 milligrams per serving. So let's just compare that straight away to a serving size of the hemp protein. And this one has the hemp protein. You know what? I'm going to list this for you separately. In fact, you can find this on the page. So there'll be a link at least to the page that I have on my website at thingsverygood.com for the nutritional profile, because the amino acids are not listed on here, but I do have them already down. But it's about maybe 30% of the leucine and isoleucine, 30 to 35%, and I believe the valine, it was something like 40 to 50 something percent of what's in here. So you'd have to take at least 3 times this to get as much leucine or isoleucine, and about 2 times as much to get as much valine. And then in the Orgain, it's not listed on here, the amino acid profile breakdown, but I do have those as well. So I'll go ahead and put those on the website page that I'll link to from here so that you can see what those are. And as far as ingredients go, we went over the now protein, and that is just the organic pea protein. And this is just organic hemp seeds powder, so you know exactly what you're getting. And in this one, there are several ingredients, and some of them you might wonder about. So I'm just going to go ahead and read them off, and then I'll tell you what to be concerned with or not to be concerned with. So you've got organic protein blend, which is your organic pea protein, your organic brown rice protein, your organic chia seeds. And you've also got an organic creamer base, which is organic acacia gum, organic high oleic safflower oil, organic inulin, organic rice dextrins, organic rice bran extract, organic rosemary extract, organic erythritol, and which is organic alcohol sugar, and it's a sugar alcohol is the right way to say that. And then there is organic natural flavors, natural flavor, sea salt, organic acacia gum, organic guar gum, and organic stevia and xanthan gum. So when you're talking about erythritol, it's a sweetener that does not have any serious negative side effects, but it does have some things that I'm going to tell you about in a second. And it also is very low glycemic index. So it doesn't raise your blood sugar high, is the best way to say that. It's if it has a low glycemic index. And in addition to that, the other things that are in here that you might have had any concern about, there were the gums and the erythritol, and those specific ingredients, along with maybe one other, let me see which one it was. Oh, organic inulin. So first of all, inulin could be looked at as very good from the perspective of some people, because inulin is a type of a fiber that feeds the probiotics in your gut. So it can increase the amount of healthy bacteria that you have in your gut to help you to break down foods and things like that. So inulin can be looked at as a very good thing. But it, along with the xanthan gums, or with the gums, the guar gum, the xanthan gum, and other gums, in addition to the erythritol sweetener, those three things, or those types of ingredients, can all cause bloating and gas, and maybe like bloating and gas are the main things, and sometimes a little bit of an upset stomach. So those are things that maybe some people might be concerned about, and if you're sensitive to those ingredients, then maybe this particular protein powder is not for you. But I can tell you from my experience that I haven't had any problem with it, and in addition to that, my wife has not had any problem with it, and it's also not something that I would recommend against. And I'm very particular about ingredients that I put into my body. I used to be even more particular, meaning I wouldn't put anything in there unless it was like a food. There was a good period of time where it was like that, but now I'm open to a few things as long as those ingredients are relatively harmless. And there are some good things that could be said about these ingredients. And the natural flavor, which is another subject, can be used to flavor things and make them taste good, and the gums can make it more thick and kind of creamy. So those are some of the reasons that you see some of those ingredients in here. But I'm just saying, I feel confident that this is a good protein powder, and the ingredients are not anything to worry about unless you take it and you feel like it upsets your stomach or gives you too much gas. Those are things to consider. So that being said, we know this one tastes the best for most people, most likely. This one has a very unique taste that might need to acquire a taste for, but it is definitely rich in some other minerals and nutrients. And then the organic pea protein is generally one of the better plant-based proteins. It does help you to make muscle gains, and it's rich in the 3 BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, that are the ones that are mostly responsible for muscle growth and muscle recovery. So I like all of them. I'm not going to say that one is better than the other. I'd probably take a good rice protein and mix it with this one myself, and then add some flavors of my own to it. And also maybe mix some of these things together that are more the plain proteins, just to get a different spectrum of amino acids coming from different ones. But these are all quality protein powders. I've researched them well, and I feel good to recommend them. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. You know which ones, how they taste, and which ones have the most amino acids and different vitamins and minerals. So I'll go ahead and end this video here. But thank you so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Oh, and don't forget, if you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up, share it with your family, friends, and other people, and find links for these products in the description. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.